Hello. Let me move a little bit. How are y'all doing today? We are doing the first monthly healing circle because the Patreons, they unlocked it in February, which is amazing. So we're gonna be doing a couple of different things. Hello, Cynthia. We're going to be doing a couple of different things. The first is that I'm going to do an energy check-in with the cards just to see where we're at for the month, what we're taking out of February into March. What do we need to not carry? What do we need to carry? Like, just the energy check-in, and just to see what are you guys up to with like Mercury retrograde. Are y'all alive? Did y'all die? Are you guys okay? But before I do that, let me just post a link on the Patreon really quickly. So give me a sec while I set that up, and then I give people time to come through. Okay. So we're basically gonna have monthly lives, which I'm really excited about. I hope y'all ready to have monthly lives with me. Just move this a little bit. There you go. Which is just a lot of fun because we're gonna get to talk about different topics. How do I share it from here? Hold on. Share. Okay. Let me just post it. Okay. Okay, sweet. So they can see it over there. And hold on. Where did I have? There we go. Okay. I have like the current chart open as well for right now to see what we're up to. Okay, so let's do an energy check-in real quick. Also, I'm going to be using, this is one of my like little nifty tricks when it comes to crystals and combining the energies of different chakras, because there's different ways that you can use them. So I'm going to be using an amethyst for this video. I also have the Akashic Records open right now, just so y'all is aware. But I'm going to actually be using the amethyst on my sacral chakra, so I'm going to actually put it there. And what this is going to be doing, this is going to be a little bit, for some people, like too much information, but y'all gonna have to deal with it. I am going through my moon cycle right now, so it's going to amplify my, as far as manifestation through my third eye, vision, and being able to see what's coming and what I like manifesting wise, what's coming, and just seeing clearly what's going on as well. So working with your womb in your moon cycle is a very, to me, it's a very sacred practice. I have different kind of ways that I work with my menstrual cycle for different things, and this is one of them. So that's just like a trick for you guys, as far as if you didn't know that you can do that, you definitely can. You can amplify different chakras and combine them and use them in different ways, and that's one of the ways I use mine. I'm going to be using, oh wow, I just stopped at the High Priestess. This is the Ghetto Tarot. My beautiful and amazing wife just got this for me. I've been in love with this deck since I seen my friend Tatiana Tarot. Also, her name is Tatiana Morales, but you guys might know her as Tatiana Tarot on IG. She's very, very amazing, talented reader, and I've been in love with it since I seen her post on it. I'm just like, I love it. And then I have gone on a couple of retreats and trips with her, so she's let me like use her deck before, and I've just been in love with it, and I've been dying to get it myself. So she actually bought it for me, and I've just been kind of using it nonstop. So we're going to be using this deck and some oldies and goodies. So let's see, what are we leaving behind with February coming to a close, going into March? Energy wise, what's going on with our energy right now? We got a couple of different things. First off, the Queen of Swords, machetes in this deck, came out in reverse, and then we have the Two of Wands, which is very interesting. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of dying with Mercury retrograde right now. They've been getting, and it came up in this week's weekly message from the Akashic Records for the patrons as well, because I just posted that on there, and a lot of people are going through it, and it's really kind of intense and crazy, all of the things that is happening with communication with the mind. Today specifically, I feel like I've had a ringing in my ear, but not like a sound, even though it's very small. It's almost like it's airy. Like I feel like I've been like a little bit aired out today. I don't know if you guys can kind of relate to that, but it's just been such a very like lightness in feeling. I don't know why that is, but today for some reason there is just this, it's almost like this crescendo of just like high. I don't know how else to explain that one, but I feel like for a lot of people, they've been struggling with communication, struggling mentally. A lot of people are kind of not in their power when it comes to their mind right now, but we are kind of going to see some progress in that, which is great. I mean, the wands are coming up. Listen, I feel like everybody, as far as energy wise, everybody wants to run into Aries season, and this happens every year in Pisces season. Everybody, for some reason, Pisces is one of the most magical, beautiful signs to work with, but for some, whatever reason, when Pisces season comes, everybody just wants to run. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to be with it. Nobody wants to deal with it. It's just like, it becomes like this thing that is just like, no, I don't want, I can't, and I won't, and I just don't, I don't even want to look. I just want to run. I want to leave. This is too much for me. Even Pisces themselves don't like Pisces season, which I always think is kind of like weird. Because usually you like love your season. Like I know Leos are always waiting for the season, Sagittarius are always waiting for the season, you know, Libras are always waiting for the season, Tauruses are gonna be waiting for their season. But Pisces, for some reason, once their season comes, they're like a little bit like scared. They're a little bit like, I don't want to deal with this. And it's almost like they can't stand their own energy. Which is weird, because you're supposed to thrive in your energy. You're like more of yourself within that connecting planetary like energy. Like you're just in your own energy, using your energy amplified by the planets themselves. So it's just really interesting how there's this kind of like, I want to run away, I want to leave, I don't want to be here. Like I have things to do. I have other things that I should be dealing with. I should not be having to think about what's going on right now. This is in the past. This is nonsense. Especially because Mercury is in Pisces, so people's minds are going through the same thing, that like churning process where it's just like, I don't want to do this. Like I don't even want to deal with this. I don't, you know. And I did explain a little bit of what, if you saw my Mercury retrograde video, of what's actually happening with our minds during this specific Mercury retrograde, and for the rest of the year, a teensy bit. I'm gonna have to make a video on the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, the higher conscious mind, the conscious mind, the emotional conscious mind, just so we can talk about the different aspects of your brain and your consciousness. Because I've noticed that a lot of people, a lot of astrologers, a lot of astrology enthusiasts always put out a lot of weird information when it comes to the planets, and this is even in like certain books and stuff. Like, Pluto does not rule the subconscious mind. Neptune does not rule the subconscious. I mean, does not rule the unconscious mind. But if you read some literature, like astrology wise, they really get that wrong. And it's almost like we really need to start seeing what the truth is and what the picture is and what the facts are, how the planets are working, what they are triggering, what their power is, what are their abilities. Uranus being our higher conscious minds and how he connects us to higher consciousness. But for some reason, it's always like, oh no, Neptune is the unconscious mind. No, your unconscious does not get activated through Neptune. That is Pluto energy. And it takes a little bit of time for even it to come out to the surface. So I'm going to have to make a whole different video on the effects of consciousness through astrology, because for some reason, it's just, there's a lot of really bad information out there. And we need to set the record straight. And I feel very connected to that as someone that has Pisces placements, Scorpio placements, Gemini placements, Virgo placements. Like, I have a lot of conscious placements, I would say, in my chart. And it's understanding the power and the levels of what I am navigating towards. And this is why my if you guys saw my video of the way I do my daily reading, because you should be pulling cards for yourself every day, especially if you want to read tarot for yourself or want to learn it. You should be pulling cards every day. I didn't post a video of which reading I do every day for myself, which is my higher self reading, which targets the unconscious mind, subconscious mind, higher conscious mind, and conscious mind for the day. It just gives me the overall energy, where my brain is at, and it also hints at if I had a dream, and once I see what card it is, I'm just like, okay, that makes sense why that showed up. It's just like synchronicities. So it helps me understand my own consciousness, so I'm able to process information better. It's not just, oh, what do I need to know for the day? I don't like to do those readings. I like to dive in a little bit deeper. Those are my Scorpio placements talking. I like to dive a little bit deeper with tarot, with myself, with my consciousness, especially as a Gemini moon. Like, I need to know more. I need more messages. I need more information. I need to know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Like, where is this uprooting from? So in order to dive into those depths, you have to ask the questions that need to be asked, and you have to look in deeper. And when you go in through astrology and you're looking at, like, okay, what's happening right now? We're in subconscious water right now. Everything is just subconscious minds, period. It's Pisces. This is all like dream work level, and there is going to be the patrons voted for the weekly video. They voted it's going to be on prophetic dreams, so I'm going to be making a video on that very soon, so stay tuned for that. But there is a lot going on in our subconscious minds, and there is almost this natural, almost like this lucidness, almost this kind of feeling of highness right now, where you're just like on an elevated level, but you don't understand it. There's a lot of confusion, which Pisces brings to the table. So it's like, it's not that I don't understand. Like, I understand why you guys are feeling not clear, because Pisces is not a clear sign. It's never been a clear sign. It's never going to be a clear sign. It is a subconscious sign. It rules illusions and that which cannot be clear. That's what the subconscious mind is that in-between space where the truth lurks inside of different other things. It's like you have to search in deeper. And the truth hides beneath the shadows and the depths of that. And it's very complex, and it feels really weird. It's like being high. It's like you don't know what you're doing. You can't, you have the munchies. You can't stop eating. You kind of want to stop eating, but then you don't want to stop eating the bag of chips. Like, it's just this looseness, and there's a lack of control there. And it's really interesting because right now we have a Pisces stellium. We also have a Capricorn stellium right now in Earth. And if you do it right, you can ground yourself in this energy, because for the past year and a half, Capricorn and Earth energy has just been the rock, the foundation, kind of holding us through a lot of the energy shifts that have been coming on. And it's about connecting to that earth energy, especially if you have it in your chart. It's about tapping into that earth energy and regrounding yourself. And for me, I've been working a lot on the physical, working a lot with herbs, as I always do, but working more aligned with herbs, and making sure that I'm nurturing my body. It's been about the physical body for me. That's what's keeping me, as far as Pisces season goes, Mercury and retrograde goes, what's been keeping me grounded. It's been working on my physical, my actual, this physical body. That's what's keeping me grounded. Because head wise, it's everywhere. You know, I'm over here, I'm over there. But as far as my physical, I come back to the physical. I make sure I'm grounded. I make sure I'm drinking my teas. I'm like enchanting my teas, quite frankly. I'm making sure that I am kind of taking in different things that are breathing life into my body so that I can ground myself back down. Because as a Capricorn who has a Capricorn steel in myself, it's very easy for me to be grounded in the moment. But it's also very easy for me to be like very lucid because my moon is in Gemini. So I can go through any door and open any area and just be present in the energy. So it's like, it's about allowing myself to ground myself but be within the energy and also controlling it, because I still have to, you know, your physical body, you still have to control. You can't just give into all of the little waves that come and go. And it's hard because Pisces is just a lot of different waves, and you can get lost in those kind of waves. There was a comment that I did want to answer on that. Hold on. Oh, I can't see it. I don't know where it went. Oh, there we go. Okay. Would you ever open a botanica or a shop? So I would. Right now I'm working on the shop update, which is kind of pretty amazing. It's been taking me a minute to finalize everything because I'm trying to really perfect what I'm doing, and also what it is and the product itself. I'm just really excited about launching it. I would love to have a physical shop. My problem is, to be quite honest, when it comes to opening a botanica, for example, usually botanica owners tend to stay in the land, in that botanica space, for a long time. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going to live in the United States in the upcoming years. That's kind of where the catch is. And if I move outside of the country, botanicas are not necessarily something that's well known unless you're like in Spain. Because they do have botanica like shops over there. So I haven't necessarily grounded myself in staying in the United States. It's not something that I see for myself. So as far as owning a botanica, we will see. I mean, the way I see it, honestly, my Venus is an Aqua, so there's a futuristic way in which I will address having my shop done. I don't know if it's gonna actually be in a physical building itself. I'm actually thinking bigger in what I want to do completely, and I'm still kind of working out the kinks of that, but for the most part, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but I don't know if that's one that is gonna happen based on that technicality, which is that I don't know if I'm actually gonna live in the United States. Yeah. Where do you want to live at? So there's this thing called, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, as if you're like well versed in astrology, but it's called astrocartography. It is a very magical tool that you can use, astrology in alignment to the earth, to see which area of the earth is like you are not only highly getting called to, where you could be potentially heightened in one specific area. For example, like if I fly to, I don't know, Spain or something, maybe like my Venus is just in perfect alignment for me to have a lot of love and money and wealth and pleasure in that space. Maybe if I fly to, I don't know, India, maybe Jupiter is just in alignment there for me to have a lot of learning and luck and abundance in that space. So I've been working a lot with my astrocartography throughout my life in order to kind of dictate my travels, which is why I have kind of gotten to see the world in many different ways, and I'm still going to be doing a lot of travel. How's your store Ouija board? Oh, it's fine. It's actually up here. It's totally fine. It's been chill. It's actually funny that you mentioned it, because the other day my girlfriend was like, I'm still scared of the Ouija board in your room, and I'm like, why? Nothing has like happened. Nothing. I'm gonna have to make a separate video on the Ouija board, but nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Nothing bad has happened. I'm like very well protected, so nothing is happening and nothing is going to happen. But it's chilling. It's in my room. I'm not afraid of it in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm a medium. Why do I need to be afraid of a tool that helps me talk to the dead when I can talk to the dead with my head? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. Like, I'm just not gonna do that, because I can do that naturally. So I'm not gonna, like, technically you can use a pendulum as a Ouija board. You can use so many different things as Ouija boards. It's just about what you are calling into your space and how you're protecting yourself, and if you're not protecting yourself. So it's just like, be aware, be mindful of what you're doing. But no, my Ouija board is fine. But yeah, when it comes to astrocartography, I'm still working on where I want to live. I've been getting super gravitated towards Africa. Since I was really small. I don't know. I know I have to do more traveling over there. I know there's a lot of different things that I need to do over there. And that will come in time. But for right now, I'm just kind of taking it. I'm still building. I think for me right now, my focus is just building this community. As far as my brand, in a way that I'm connecting with the people that I need to connect to, who needs to hear the messages, so we can build that community together. So even if I travel and leave the United States, I mean, I can come back too, so it's not that big of a deal. But if I travel and leave the United States, I can still connect with you guys wherever I am. Like, it's not just I'm leaving by, you know, like, no, it's I'm building something that is bigger than just me. And this is first and foremost meant to be a very healing space, and for growth and for healing. My big one was for me to share a lot of the tools that I've used and that I've known about for years with you guys, so that you can heal yourself. The big purpose of my channel, of my website, of my brand itself, is so you can heal yourself. So I can do that. If I can do that from anywhere, that's a blessing. So let's talk about March. What is coming up in March that we need to be aware of? Page of Cups. Okay. So Pisces season is, I mean, Mercury's still going to be in Pisces post shadow phase till the end of March. On March, I believe 30th is when Mercury not only has gone direct, but is out of the post shadow phase. So you're able to kind of run. I feel like so many people have wanted to run, especially my fire signs. My fire signs, listen. You see, my fire signs, y'all feel restricted. Y'all don't like this energy. I cannot overstress enough how there is just this constriction right now happening with the signs, and the ones that really hate it the most is air and fire. Air and fire cannot deal with constrictions like that. They need on some degree a level of liberation. This is why Aquarius rules freedom. Okay, there is a level of liberation that needs to be had, but it's just like you're all waiting for our Aries season to come. You're all waiting, and it sucks, but y'all need to do better. Okay, and I know you said that you hate this, but this is the problem that y'all need to understand about Pisces energy. It rules spirituality. Neptune rules religion, spirituality, all types of connecting to spirit. So you're basically hating a heightened sensitivity to your spiritual self, to your spiritual energies around you, and it's almost not smart to hate on the universe saying, hey, We're going to highlight this time right now for you to focus on your spiritual health and well-being right now. Like, why would you get mad at the universe giving you time and space to focus on your health and spiritual well-being? Because we all know that on a regular day, we're focused on our physical realm shit for the most part. Yes, there's a lot of people that, and this is to be honest, because the system is set up the way it is set up to be a distraction. It's not set up to be a fulfilling experience. And this is why the newer generations are kind of breaking a lot of those barriers down and kind of constructing the way society looks. Because there's mad millennials that like have quit their jobs, have like started their own businesses, have like retired at 30 because they don't want to deal with the same societal bullshit that's been going on for a long time. And that, I say all that to say, you still need time to do the things that you want to do. And a lot of us want to connect on a spiritual level, but we don't have the time. So here comes the season. Every time the sun is in a water sign and there's a lot of emphasis on water energy, here comes the energy, the time for you to connect with your spiritual self. And when you fight against it is when you get annoyed by it. I am not necessarily looking forward to Aries season right now. I haven't been, you see, the moon. Y'all need to just roll with this Pisces energy. I'm telling y'all, because the universe does not care if you're upset, that you feel restricted, that you cannot run. It is Pisces season. It is a very spiritual season. It is a very creative time. It is a very intuitive time. I'm not looking forward to Aries season right now. I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Because I'm a cardinal sign, and once the sun moves into a cardinal sign, I start like, it kind of ignites my like my fuego, my cardinal fuego, and then I start kind of like, and since Aries is so fast, it does trigger cardinal signs like a little bit different. And for me, because I'm an earth sign and I'm the slowest, you could say the slowest moving because I'm the earth sign, we want to like be a little bit like, okay, wait, but hold on, let me think about it. But no, Aries is just like, no, let's go right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I've been doing, for me, it's been more about, I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. As per my chart, where Pisces falls for me is my 9th house. Okay. And that's also where Aries falls for me. So right now, what I've been focusing on is my studies. One of the things that Spirit has emphasized that I need to learn, like as far as getting my certification on this year, is my Tibetan singing bowl sound healing certification, which I'm actually gonna do on the weekend, but right before, on Aries season, but right before the month ends in March. So that's what I'm looking forward to, just like continuing my learning, my studies. I've been doing a lot of different forms of healing and different studies, pulling stuff from the Akashic records as well, which I do quite often. Also working with the patrons as well and seeing what it is that they need from me, because again, this is a very spiritual time, which means that I need to nurture their spiritual journey just as much as I am nurturing my own spiritual journey. And it's just about, for me, it's connecting. It's like Sagittarius energy. It's 9th house energy. It's higher education, travel. I've been planning so many trips for this year, and I have already hinted at you guys that I will be, I can't even announce it right now because it's not ready, but I told you guys last year that me and 2 of my other friends are launching a company this year, and on, I believe, April, May, we are having our big day, and then we're launching a tour. And it's gonna be pretty intense and amazing, and I cannot wait to bring so much healing to different states and different people. I'm so excited about that. But it's been a lot of work, so I've been doing a lot of research, traveling, like booking stuff. That's where I've been at. So I've been working with my 9th house energy because that's where Pisces is sitting for me. For you guys, you really need to look at where's Pisces sitting for you. If it's sitting in your 4th house, you need to focus on your house, your family. Maybe you need to move. Like, it's all about working with your chart in order so you don't feel as frustrated with what's going on around you, or else you're just gonna want to just it's just like a constant battle of you not wanting to even bother or try. So instead of doing all this and the restriction, see this as a time of liberation, because you are getting more time to focus on your spiritual well-being. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Because I know some of y'all have asked to have more, like, I want to work more with my third eye. I'm trying to like heal my chakras. I'm trying to heal some trauma. I'm trying to let go of some things. I'm trying to like let go of my ex. I'm trying. All of these different things are things that you can do during Pisces season, especially during the retrograde. So what is the problem? The people want to know. The people being me. Okay, you don't have to do this. If you only get to do this 4 cups energy if you choose to. If you want to be all like, no, I know I'm getting this cup, but I don't want that one. Like, this is not a whining time. And I know, like, I'm coming off as very much like a Capricorn, and like we're very like stern, and I get that, but this is not a time to be whining. This is a time to use your time. And y'all know how I feel about time, because Saturn ruled time, so we rule time. So I'm telling y'all, a lot of you guys are looking at this in a worse perspective, where, in all honesty, there's a lot of positivity that, you see this King of Pentacles? What I said. Focus on your physical bodies. There's a lot of like positivity and groundedness that you could still get from the energies that's coming around. And because I haven't used this deck in a while, it was actually in storage. I'm pulling it out again because y'all know, if y'all been subscribed to my channel for a long time now, you guys know that the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, they just get like read y'all like a filth. Like this Oracle deck is savagery 101. And I just got it back from the storage the other day, so we're gonna use it today to see what is it that you need to be doing, okay, with this movement from February into March. Because once March comes, and yes, once Aries season starts, you're still gonna feel a little bit of tension up until the end of March, completely the end of March. Then you will feel that fire, like full-blown flame, like we're about to roll, we're about to keep it moving. Like I need to run, I need to breathe, I need to climb a mountain, like I need to do the most. So what do they need to know right now going into March? Ooh, we got 2 beautiful cards. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna read it from the book because y'all know this book is savagery, full-blown savagery. Okay, so the first one is 32. I went too far. 32. Magic prayer. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, and act in faith. I told y'all need to be working on some spiritual shit right now. Y'all don't listen. When you see the magic prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Okay? Why are you feeling like this when you know things are coming already? You know things are moving. You know things are going to, you know it's coming. Okay? So there's no need to be here and just like, no, I'm restricted from it. It's coming. It's coming. It takes a minute to cook a cake. You're not just gonna eat the batter right now. So it's coming. It's cooking. Okay. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you are in need. That said, the best prayer is thy will be done through me, thy will and not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power. Be assured that you are on the right path. The next one is magical stream. Okay? Number 18. Oh no. 18. It's actually funny that we were just talking about this. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there's a danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all a part of a community and greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magical stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, information and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared stored house of potential. When you remember you are part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. So, consciousness, which we literally just talked about. Dream work, the mind, connecting spiritually. I'm telling you, the savagery. This deck is just like, I can't. Then we have deep freeze. Okay, deep freeze. It's a line right there and it's frozen. My Leos is somewhere out there really upset. Everything has a season. Now it's the time to put activity on hold while you rest. Listen, the cold winter beacons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. The time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to put all of your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity right now. So reflect, read a good book, and get a massage, rest, and dream. Dream. That keeps coming up. I wonder what season it is. I wonder what season it is. That dreams keep coming up in here. Okay, then we have Dry Desert, which I know is some of y'all's not favorite card, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Woo! Okay. Dry Desert. Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Adaptability. Adapting to Pisces energy instead of trying to go against it. I cannot state this enough. You cannot fight Pisces energy. It's not here to fight you. It will stand the test of time as it does. And I have mentioned this before in even the Pisces readings. Pisces is such an important sign. It's such an important period, because the one thing that people remember from humanity itself is art. You will find it in the caves with the caveman drawings. You will find it with like different architectures that were built and designed in alignment on a spiritual level, because you know these monuments were built in accordance to celestial bodies. Okay, so there is connections directly to Pisces, how they influence people, generations, communities, us as a collective, how they bring us together, how we understand and how we study. Go back in time and study these temples, these rituals, this information, these artistic kind of renderings of what the artists visualized their lives to be like at that time. There is a beauty and a power in Pisces energy, and if you cannot see it, you are literally trying to just work with it from the most negative aspect of Pisces energy. And that's the I just want to get high and not feel anything side. Okay, Pisces energy is very powerful. They rule spirituality, the whole form of connecting to the divine, the whole energy, and that specific direct consciousness comes from Pisces and Neptunian energy. So you can't sit here and try to shit on the sign that rules the thing that you're trying to work on, because it doesn't make sense. Okay, y'all need to switch that perspective on how you're dealing with this season, how you're dealing with Mercury retrograde, even though, again, Mercury doesn't like being in Pisces. This is not, it ain't it. But there's still a need to pause and reflect and use the energy accordingly. Energy accordingly. If Mercury is going to focus on Pisces energy, then you need to focus on your communications on a spiritual level. You need to focus on your consciousness on a subconscious level. It's all about putting the time and effort, so you're not fighting against the energy that it's already there. Okay, continuing on with dry desert. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you are on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there's times when you are meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You are being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort you reach the oasis you are searching for. This is when we get into Aries and then we run it. Okay, this is when we're like, oh, we here, okay, let's run, let's do all these things. We have activities planned. I know what I want to do. I have like a sense of purpose. I got my fire, like my fire energy is up and ready, and I want to run. I just want to run and run. Okay, it's just not the time yet. So consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water essential for life can be found deep underground, because the subconscious mind, it's not above level. Okay, when you're looking at the ocean, Pisces functions in that underlining of the water. It's not the surface. That's Cancer. Cancer energy is the waves. It's the top of the water when the water moves. Pisces is the in-between space. Okay, this is why when you're in water, or almost for some people feels like what it would be like to float in space. It's the same kind of energy. You're in a state of limbo in many ways. You're navigating through a state of total outer body experience where you're feeling something different. Okay, consider okay. Go deep within yourself now. Find the truth there. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is that you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you are in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. What did I say this whole time? I mean, okay. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is truly most important place to find what is truly right for you. And I like the fact that it says looks are deceiving, because as we know, Pisces rules deception, which is a very powerful way to tell a truth in a narrative, especially on a spiritual level. A lot of us, a lot of the time, have to go through deceptive things, or deceptive looking type of things, in order to receive a message from what is actually going on and what we actually needed to hear in the first place. And this can be served through messengers from people that you would least expect. Like somebody at work just said that one, like you just walked into a conversation and you caught that one line that you needed to hear at that specific moment. There are reasons why things are happening right now, and you cannot let things fall through the cracks of like, oh, well, no, this is just, I don't feel it. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. Whatever is happening, I just don't like it. Like, instead of kind of like, well, first of all, why aren't you questioning yourself? Why aren't you looking at the energy itself and saying, okay, why am I feeling this way? There is a discomfort here. There is like again, it's this lucid kind of energy. And Pisces brings your sensitivity and heightens your sensitivity to that energy, where it's just like, hey, are you present? Are you seeing what's around you? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Did you catch what was just said to you? Are you going to need that message to come around in a different way? This is what Mercury retrograde is going to come back and whip that back into you, because maybe you heard that before and you just needed to hear it again. So it's about what lessons did you learn? Did you learn them? Are you still learning them? What's going on right now? Why are you not enjoying what's happening right now? And if you are in discomfort, what is it that you need to comfort you? And who is it that you need to comfort you? Is it the divine? Is it you? Is it somebody else? Why are you searching for comfort in somebody else? What is the disconnect or connection of that? Why can't you give that to yourself? There's like levels to this stuff. And this is when you kind of dig into Pisces season and Pisces energy and just look for the truth in the thing. This is why I always say this. This is why Scorpio loves Pisces so much, and they fall for Pisces like religiously, because a lot of the time Scorpio falls for the truth that it's trying to find in the Pisces. And Pisces are so good at painting this beautiful kind of like a mirage to Scorpio, and Scorpio's like, I'm here for a purpose. I want to know why you're doing this to me, why we have this connection, why you are who you are. Is this who you really are, or is this an illusion? And it starts looking for those messages within the person, within the situation, within the energy. And this is why Scorpios thrive during this kind of season, if they let themselves, to be honest. Because if you have a toxic Scorpio, then they're a little bit lost, to be. We're just gonna keep it 100. Any sign, if they're not working on themselves, they're a little lost. Oh, I'm trying to read the message, but it's not learning. Oh, there you go. Okay, I read it. Sorry. It just like disappears so quickly. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be also using a deck that I haven't used in a while. And I also got this from storage. This is the Zodiac Oracle. Which again, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, then you have seen these babies. And I just want to pull, for the next upcoming weeks, which planetary energies, which elements as well, are we going to be needing to focus on as a collective? What messages do they have for us? Ooh, hold on. Okay, moon cycles. Okay, moon cycles every 2.5 days. Watch your moon cycles. Work with your moon cycles. It's actually really hilarious because Pisces does really well with moon energy. It's a water sign. It works with Cancer energy. So when it comes to moon energy, it works very well. So when it comes to moon cycles for my women, this is also your menstrual cycle. So I guess it was a message for what I said earlier about the amethyst. Some of y'all actually need to do that. For some, it needs to be carnelian though. Especially when we head into March, you need to work with more fire energy. So switch over to carnelian for right now. Amethyst will do just fine for that. For my men, you guys need to tap into divine feminine energy. So this is that more nurturing on an emotional kind of connection, as far as how are you, even like talk to your mom. Try to intentionally have a conversation to the women around you in a different way. Bring up a topic and just see what they say. See what knowledge, what kind of fruits they're giving to you. Also check on your actual divine feminine levels, because everybody has divine masculine, divine feminine. So are they balanced out? Is there one that is kind of overlapping one or the other? Like, what is it that you are gonna need from that divine feminine energy? How's your emotional state? Have you been working with your emotions? It's just a lot of different questions there. So what planetary energies, what elements do we need to be aware of? You see, listen, okay, so we got Aries and we got Uranus for the next upcoming weeks. So Uranus, this one is a little bit of a tough one to work with for the next upcoming weeks, which means Uranus hints at, this is higher consciousness. Uranus does not give any types of F's of like, as far as gentleness wise, you can definitely say that Saturn has a very heavy hand. Uranus has a very heavy hand. Like, if I'm talking about like slapping levels, like Saturn will whip your ass, but Uranus will wreck your world in like, you won't even see it coming. There's a lot of things that are going to come out of nowhere in March. Mercury retrograde is also going to be a little bit more amplified next month. So pay attention to what's happening what is being shown to you, because Uranus rules higher consciousness, is all about crown chakra work. It's all about your mind, your upper chakras, the messages that you are receiving. Are you working through your soul's purpose? Are you working with your higher self? Are you in alignment with what you are supposed to be doing in this lifetime? All of those things, that higher conscious mind, is what's getting highlighted next month. So the messages are going to look a little bit different. Your emotions are going to be a little bit all over the place, and you're still going to be waiting for that Aries season, that fire energy to come through, so we can have a little bit of that liberation energy. But for the most part, there's a need to focus on the elevation. Aries is such a powerful sign because it's always, it rules the journey. It's all about taking on life itself. Aries runs the zodiac. The entire all the astrological signs follow behind Aries. Aries makes the first move. You are going to be put in a position where your elevation, where you are getting pushed, where you're getting triggered, the information and the downloads that you have been receiving are pushing you to a place, especially next month, where it's about the next place of your journey, where you are running to. We get that you want to run somewhere, but where is that? Okay? Where? It's almost like if you are physically in pain or physically hurt and you want to go to a doctor, which doctor are you going to? For what are you going to? You need to really focus on analyzing and getting to the core of what it is that you want, especially for next year. Because, and I say next year because Aries starts the astrological year, so this is New Year's. We're like at the end of the energy of like that 2019 energy. That's yes, it's 2020, but astrological year wise, it starts with Aries. We are at the end with Pisces. It is a time of pause and reflection, and Aries don't do well in Pisces season because it is a conflicting energy to Aries. This is why when those people that are like Taurus risings and have like Aries in the 12th house, bruh, it's not an easy placement to have, because you're basically trying to run through your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind cannot be ran through. Okay? It takes pause. It takes, like, I mean, there's benefits of having that placement, but at the same time, if used improperly, you will suffer a lot from it. And it's about taking those pauses in order to elevate yourself and grow and progress into what you actually want to be in this lifetime, and being in alignment with your spirit. There's nothing more important to Aries than being in alignment. When Aries is not in alignment with their goals or purpose, they feel all over the place, and they can get very depressed during Pisces season, which is why somebody who just said that we're Aries don't feel good right now. Okay, Aries don't like Pisces season. It's not an energy that they feel comfortable with, because it feels out of control, and a lot of the time the way they take control is with action. They're very reactive, so it's easy for them to say, okay, listen, I don't know what's actually happening here. And that's what Pisces is. Pisces is discovery through experience, while Aries can be the same thing, but it's more action and experience. So when it comes to Aries, my Aries people out there that need to focus on their healing, again, go back to your body. Go back to your body. Go back to your physical form. This is why I said earlier that Aries are very like physical beings. You guys like to work out. You guys like to exercise. You guys like to move. There's movement that you guys want to have. And while you can't run exactly as much as you want to run in the way you want to run, there's other ways for you to run where it's totally fine. And that's by working with what the rest of the planets are saying. Like Venus is in Aries right now, so right now you guys have a really good space to find your pleasure and do things that you love doing, that you find enjoyment in. It doesn't mean that you know, can run fully, but it means that you need to run to your pleasures, run to the things that make you happy. And that might be working out, that might be exercising, that might be rock climbing, that might be like, you know, learning something, signing up for school, signing up for a workshop or something, you know, like whatever that looks like for you, you have to run in those places to the things that make you have pleasure. That's how Aries are going to survive through the rest of the season. It's about pause, and it's about searching for your pleasure. If you're not looking for your pleasure right now, while Venus is in Aries, and you're trying to navigate Pisces season, you're just not gonna have fun. So the way you should be spending your money right now, for my Aries out there who are struggling, you should be pausing and saying, okay, well, what do I want to do? I want to have fun. And if, hey, you need to go out, you want to go dancing, go dancing. If you want to take a dance class, go take a dance class. Get your body moving. Do things that make you happy. You don't have to be miserable all the time. This is not about putting you through the ringer. It's about looking at the planets and saying, okay, well, everything is like super spiritual, but Venus is an Aries, so what does that mean? Be in your element. Venus is saying, hey, I'm finding pleasure through Aries right now. I'm enjoying life through the journey. And the journey sometimes means that you need to enjoy your life. So find your way through those moments so you can have a better time. And for some of y'all really need to look at your natal chart, look at your transits. Where is Aries falling for you, especially for my Aries? Where is your sun sign falling in your chart, so you can see which house exactly you're working with? Because if it's like the 11th house, you need to connect more with your friends. If it's in your 10th house, you need to focus on your career, like it's etc etc. Like you need to figure out exactly which house, so you're focusing your energy more directly. Aries Saturn and North Node 3rd. Yeah, so communication. So you need to talk. Okay? If you need to vent on Twitter, vent on Twitter. If you need to talk to a therapist, go talk to a therapist. If you need to start a channel, start a podcast. Start a podcast. What do you love doing? What do you love talking about? What do you love venting about? What is the rest of your chart looks like? What is it supporting? Like, you need to do what is like it's shining a light in a space. And you're just like, okay, I don't know what to do. This is the place, but what do I do? You use that space that it's being highlighted. Okay? Like I told y'all, for me it's my 9th house. So I'm planning all this traveling and stuff. That's what I'm doing. If I wasn't doing that, I would be like, I feel like I need to do something. I kind of want to like, but I don't know, like, and then my own physical, as far as like my whole inner knowledge situation, I would know that I would want to leave. Like I would initially want to travel or want to explore something. That's already moving through my 9th house energy. So it's just about being in alignment with your houses, with your transits, and saying, oh, that's why that's happening. And then working through that energy in a positive way. Instead of working against the energies, work with it. Look at your transits. I cannot say this enough. Y'all only dying because y'all not paying attention hard enough. Work with your transits, okay? So this was the first monthly healing circle. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed being in the space with me. I cannot wait for next month as well. It's gonna be a great time catching up with you guys. So I am going to sign off now because I still have 3 more readings to go for today. So I have a lot of work to do. But it was great just connecting with you guys. The live is, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna upload it. So for those who did not get to see it in completion or whatnot, we can talk later and you can see it later. Don't forget to check out the Patreon as well, because they're voting for a lot of different things. They're going to be voting. I'm going to post the monthly community spell for March tonight or tomorrow, one of these 2 days, so they can start voting on the spell for next month, which I'm very excited about, as I always am. I just posted the video for the spell they chose the releasing toxic relationship spell. We just did that spell today. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of work, a lot of healing work, a lot of learning. I'm going to also be posting the workshop for this month for February on the Patreon as well. So we're always healing, we're always learning something new over there on the Patreon. So definitely check it out, and make sure you are, oh, thank you. Make sure you are following me on Twitter as well, and on my Instagram, because I'm also posting over there as well. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, stay alive out there. Spiritual baths, everybody, that's your homework. Take a spiritual bath. It's the best thing to do during Pisces season. I took one literally on the moon that just passed. Oof. Spiritual bath is your homework. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.